So you want to become a legal Mexican resident? Stay tuned in this video so I can give you all the tea on how to get it done, okay? Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shawnie, and if you are new here, hit subscribe and turn those post notifications on because I'm about to drop so much info and tea and knowledge you need on how to become a Mexican resident that you should just pay me in thanks by subscribing to my channel. Join the family, okay? And if you are already a part of the family, what's good, what's up, what's poppin'? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm gonna tell y'all how I became a legal Mexican resident. I'm bringing you knowledge, tea, and ASMR sound quality because I have a mic now. And I could clip it to my dress, but I just feel like holding it makes me feel official like a whistle. Therefore, I shall hold it. But let's get into this video and talk about everything you need to know on how to become a legal Mexican resident through economic sovereignty, which pretty much means showing them you make enough money to be here. Now, I'm going to disclaimer and say that I am speaking from an American standpoint. I don't know what the process is like if you're not American. So for Americans out there who are looking to become a legal Mexican resident, this is a two-part process. Part one, you start in the United States. Part two, you finish in Mexico. So let's get into it. You're going to find a consulate nearest to you in the United States to begin the process. Now, keep in mind, each consulate has its own set of rules, regulations, and requirements for a Mexican visa. Additionally, if you are choosing to go to a consulate that's not in your state, make sure that they allow you to do that because not all consulates allow out-of-towners or out-of-staters to come to that consulate. Now, I am from Atlanta, Georgia, and ideally, I wanted to start the process in Atlanta, Georgia, but there were no appointments available. So many expats here in Mexico recommended the New Orleans consulate and said that they had a great experience there. So I went on the INM website, looked up appointments, and boom, bada bang, New Orleans had a few appointments available. I picked the appointment I felt that I could make it to, and from there, I booked my plane ticket to New Orleans, and I was like, ooh, in there like swimwear. So let's go over all the paperwork you need to bring to your appointment at the consulate. I took the economic sovereignty route through the Mexican consulate in New Orleans, Louisiana. And to your appointment, you need to bring your visa application, your passport, and a color copy of that main page, a color passport photo, $48 for your application fee, and then you have to prove your economic sovereignty. You can do it through two ways. You need to prove you make at least $2,100 a month through bank statements and pay stubs. They want to see that direct deposit from your job being deposited into your bank account. They're going to look for it on your bank statements and highlight it. Or you can just have $41,000 in your bank account for the last 12 months. I didn't have that, so I showed my pay stubs to prove that I made well beyond $2,100 a month. I had about 144 pages between bank statements, pay stubs, a visa application, and some other paperwork that I was advised to bring. And I printed it here in Mexico, and it was only like $3. Yo, that's wild. Like, that's so cheap. If I would have printed that in the United States, that would have ran me about $50, $60. I know it would have. But in addition to the paperwork that we just went over, you should also bring your offer letter from your job if you have one, proving that you work there, showing the amount of money that you're going to be making, and it needs to say your job name on the offer letter. That would also be very beneficial to bring. Additionally, if we speak about this photo that they asked you to bring, y'all, let me talk about it. I beat my face. I picked the perfect wall in my apartment to take the photo on, went and got it printed out, and I looked like a baddie. Just for them not to use it, she looked at my photo and was like, stand there, and then took a picture of me. And I hate the photo. The picture they took of me is hideous. So if you want to be safe and not sorry, bring a picture, but honestly, they're going to take their own picture. So I don't understand why they got people out here wasting their time, money, and makeup on taking a photo. I digress. I arrived at the New Orleans Mexican consulate about 10 minutes before it opened, and there were already people there before me, okay? Now, when they say they don't have appointments, I saw with my own two eyes that they are telling the truth. From the moment that place opened, it was busy. And they confirm your appointment when you're at the door. So before you can even walk in, the security guard is going to ask for your name and look for your name and confirm your appointment time. Now, once you enter the building, you're immediately going to go to the reception to confirm your appointment that you're there. And then they will tell you to sit down. And when it's time for you to be called up, you'll be called up. So once I sat down and waited for them to call me, I made sure I had all my paperwork in order the night before. I literally stapled all my paperwork, organized it, put it in order, y'all, did everything I needed to do. But tell me why when I got up to that window and she was going through my paperwork, I did not have June's bank statement. What the fuck? I immediately panicked. I called my friend and asked her, can she grab my USB and email me or text me June's bank statement? Luckily, she was able to do it. She emailed me, then I forwarded that email to the immigration agent I was working with, and she printed it out for me. Oh my gosh, she was so nice. Woo! The issue I ran into when she was going through my paperwork was that she said my ending balance didn't meet requirements. And I'm thinking to myself, why does that matter when the money coming in is 3 times the amount required? But I had to humble myself and realize that I was at her mercy and that you catch bees with honey, not shit. So I just kindly explained to her that I have been trying to get out of debt. So any extra money I have, I put towards my debt. And she seemed to be sympathetic, one of them thetics to what I was saying to her. And she told me to sit down and wait and see if I get approved. She told me I could walk around, go get coffee, get something to eat because it's going to take over an hour. But the way my nerves were set up after she said that ended balance thing, I wanted to sit right there in that building because I didn't want to even miss when they called me up to that office to let me know if I was going to get approved or not. So I sat there. With anxiety on 3,000, scared to death that I did all of this, bought plane tickets, came to New Orleans, did all this for nothing. All right. But I was approved. Hallelujah. He is a good guy. And I am so excited because now part 1 of the process is complete. To part 1 of becoming a Mexican resident. So this is my passport. And what the visa is going to look like is, let me try to cover my info. Like this. It's going to look like this in your passport. It's really cool. Like you can feel it. So once you get this in your passport, you have 30 days once you enter Mexico to get part 2 of the process. You need to immediately be on your about completing part 2, or you just did all this for nothing. Now, once you book your flight to come to Mexico to complete part 2, you know they give you an FMM paper on the airplane. And this paper, a lot of people like to call it a tourist visa. It's not a visa. It's pretty much just paperwork detailing why you're coming to Mexico, where you're going to be staying, and how long are you going to be here for. That paperwork, you know that they give you the bottom half and they keep the longer portion. On this part, you have to be super careful because you got to put canje. Canje means you're coming to Mexico to exchange your visa for residency. You're not coming as a tourist on a vacation. So please remember, when you get to that immigration desk, you say canje. So they know to not fill out your paperwork like a tourist because that will just void it, y'all. You do not want to do that. You want to be careful on that end. Once you say canje, they will fill out your paperwork completely different and let you know you have 30 days to get to immigration. Part 2 gets a little complicated if you are not fluent in reading or speaking Spanish because most of the people in the immigration office do not speak English. Also, the paperwork that is required to bring the immigration here in Mexico is all in Spanish. So you have to be careful. Additionally, a lot of people make the mistake of filling out things wrong, and you cannot have any errors on that paperwork. Also, Mexico does their date by day, month, year, as opposed to the United States, we do month, day, year. So if you make a mistake like that, you've just screwed yourself. So I do not speak Spanish good. I have struggle Spanish, just enough to get by. And I didn't want to risk making mistakes, not filling things out right, not understanding. So I hired a lawyer. My lawyer's name is Millie, and I will share her contact info with you all. I used Legally in Mexico by Millie. This is her Facebook page. If you are also interested in using her, keep in mind she's only in Playa del Carmen. This is her office address, and she's conveniently located across the street from immigration, so that was awesome. This is more info about her phone number, her email address, her hours of operation. I highly recommend Millie. She was affordable, she was quick, and she was stress-free, as well as being extremely professional, so I definitely give her a 10 out of 10. Millie was an absolute pleasure to work with. She was just so hassle-free. All I had to do was show up. She took care of all of the paperwork. When I landed in Mexico, I messaged her on WhatsApp, and she asked me to send a picture of my passport, my Mexican visa, my FMM, and a utility bill. I sent her a picture of all of that, and then she let me know when to show up at her office to go over all of the paperwork and any potential questions they may ask me on my immigration appointment day. We did all of that, and then a couple of days later, she let me know that they gave her a date for me to show up. On that day of my appointment, I came to Millie's office. We walked together to the immigration office because it's literally across the street, and she informed me to just wait. She had taken care of all my paperwork, so all I had to do was just wait for my name to be called, and once my name was called, I was fingerprinted, my picture was taken, and yeah, I was approved for my temporary residency here in Mexico. Unfortunately, they ran out of plastic, so I was unable to get my residency card. So they gave me a printout. This is the printout they gave me. It shows like what the residency card will look like. And I can use this to show any officer that may stop me and want to know, the status of my visa or whatever. So I left that office feeling so freaking proud of myself, y'all. I am a legal resident of Mexico. I did it. I want to take a moment to give a shout out to Jessica. She's one of my YouTube subscribers. We met at the immigration office. She's also getting her residency. She stopped me and she was like, "Hey, are you Shawnie?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "I subscribe to your YouTube." So y'all, that just warmed my heart. That was just such a great experience. We both end up getting our name called at the same time to process our paperwork. So we literally sat next to each other as we got approved for residency. So that was really cool. Hey, Jessica girl, it was nice meeting you. Although I used a lawyer to complete the second half of my process, if you are fluent in reading and speaking Spanish, this is what you're going to need to do in order to do it on your own. If you go to google.com and type in INM, the official website will be the very first search result. Click on it, and once you click on it, scroll down until you find this. This translates to Immigration Regulation Procedures in English. Click out of here. It's a quick update, and then you're going to click right here to your far left, which translates to Migratory Process. Once you click there, stay on your left-hand side where it says visas, but you're going to scroll down until you find canje. Canje means to exchange. You're exchanging your Mexican visa for residency. So once you click here, it's going to bring up all of the paperwork you need to bring to immigration. Process requests, requirements, payments, and follow-up procedures. Now, if you click on them individually, it goes into detail about the paperwork you need to bring to be successful. More details on everything you need to bring, but pay attention to payments. Depending on the type of residency you're getting, they all cost different amounts. I got temporary residency, and this is how much I had to pay the government to get my residency. Now, this is everything you need to bring to immigration if you are proficient in Spanish enough to do it on your own. All right, y'all. So I just feel so proud of myself. Like, I cannot believe that I'm a legal resident of Mexico. No more border runs, no more stress and anxiety about getting 180 days on my FMM card. All of that is finito. I'm legal, baby. Hopefully you found some benefit and use from this video. If you have any questions regarding more on the process or whatever, just drop it in the comments. I try to respond to every comment because if you took time to watch my video, then I got time to respond to your comment. And that's just how I feel about that. Thank y'all for watching my video, and I'll see you on the next one.